Alien Princess and Her Ship. The ship came through the storm like a dream of metal and light. It tore a wound in the clouds above a desolate moon and hung there, silent, smooth as glass, reflecting nothing. For hours, the colony scanners recorded its presence but couldn't define its shape. Every camera that tried to see it failed. Only the human eye could glimpse it, and even then it felt like looking at a memory more than a thing. They called it the Seraphine vessel because it looked like something born from grace, not science. The day it landed, the sky turned the color of old fire, and everything electronic within 2 kilometers died at once. Captain Ren Alden was the first to approach. He wasn't a soldier anymore. He'd retired after the Europa siege. Now he worked salvage for the mining guild. But this wasn't metal to strip. It was something else entirely. He stood on the frozen plain, staring at the impossible ship, and felt it staring back. There was no door, no hatch, no sound, yet when he took one step closer, a seam appeared, splitting open like the surface of water. He felt heat and a scent he couldn't describe. Not ozone, not metal, something almost like breath. Inside, it was endless. The ship didn't have corridors or walls, just curves of light that folded around themselves. His boots didn't echo. The air was thick and soft, humming faintly. In the center stood a figure suspended above a pool of silver liquid. Her body was slender, her skin faintly luminous with shifting tones of violet and gold. Her eyes were closed, her hair floating like silk underwater. She wasn't human, but she wasn't entirely alien either. There was symmetry in her features that no engineer would dare to design. She was alive, asleep, and the ship was dreaming with her. Ren reached out before he realized it. The air between his glove and her face shimmered, and then her eyes opened. They weren't eyes, not really. They were wells of starlight, bright enough to cut through the fog of his mind. A voice filled the air, not through his ears, but his thoughts. "You woke me," it said. "I dreamed too long." He stumbled back, whispering, "Who are you?" Her lips moved slightly, the voice still inside his skull. "I am Lysithea, daughter of the first star. My people crossed galaxies before your son was born. My ship is my body is my memory. I slept to wait for the end of war. Tell me, what year is it?" Ren couldn't speak. He'd seen alien ruins, dead relics, even derelict machines still humming with old power, but never something that spoke with a human voice that made his chest ache. "It's 6384, he said at last. "There's no empire left, no war that I know of." Her gaze softened. "Then I am alone." The lights dimmed. The silver liquid beneath her began to ripple, forming images. Cities of crystal, suns blooming like flowers, starships moving through wormholes that pulsed like hearts. And then destruction. The images collapsed into fire. He saw worlds burning, fleets dissolving, and something vast and black devouring light itself. Lysithea's voice trembled faintly. "We built ships to escape the dark tide. It was not a storm. It was a hunger, a thing that remembered light and wanted it back. I hid inside the core of this vessel, binding myself to it. When you touched the air, I felt your pulse. You carry light again. It found me through you." He didn't understand until the ground trembled. The surface of the ship's walls began to move, forming ridges, eyes, mouths, shifting patterns. Outside, the sky turned darker, the wind freezing into needles of glass. The scanners on the colony outpost screamed before they died completely. Something in orbit was moving, an invisible distortion eating the stars. Ren turned to run, but the doorway was gone. The air thickened like syrup. Lysithea's voice grew urgent now, frightened. "It knows I'm awake. It has no form of its own. It uses life to shape itself. If it touches you, it will learn you. And then you will never be only you again." He felt something brush his neck, cold and electric. His vision doubled. For a second, he saw himself standing behind himself, smiling. He fired his weapon blindly into the dark, and the echoes made the ship flinch. The pool beneath Lysithea boiled, throwing shards of light into the air. She reached out her hand, light spilling from her fingers. "I can still seal it," she said, "but I need a bridge. Your mind must hold me long enough to close the gate." He didn't want to believe what he understood she was asking. "If you enter me, what happens to you?" Her expression was almost gentle. "Then you dream for me." The sound outside was louder now, like breathing across the stars. Ren closed his eyes and said yes. The light hit him like drowning in sunlight. He saw her memories, her kingdom of living suns, her coronation in a palace of plasma, the day the darkness first whispered into her universe and unmade everything. And then silence. When he woke, the ship was gone. The plane was glass. His comm was alive again, full of static. He looked up at the sky. All the stars were dimmer, as though something had drunk their shine. Inside his mind, a voice whispered softly, "The gate is closed. Sleep now." He spent 3 days wandering until rescue found him. They said he was the only survivor of the mining colony. When they asked what happened, he couldn't answer. He looked at his reflection in his visor and saw her eyes staring back, gold and violet, endless. In orbit, the fleet reported an anomaly where the ship had been, a hole in space that looked like a shadow swallowing starlight. As their sensors approached, it pulsed once like a heartbeat. Then a voice came through every comm channel in every language, calm and beautiful. "The princess dreams again." No one knows what it meant. But sometimes, when ships pass through that sector, their instruments flicker, and the crews swear they see a woman standing in the stars, watching. They call her the alien princess of the silent ship, and they say if she looks into you, you'll dream for her too.